Bitcoin just hit $94,000, ladies and gentlemen. We finally broke a major part of resistance, and the whole world is buying Bitcoin. We have major news from multiple different countries, so let's take a look at what exactly happened with Bitcoin in the past 24 hours. Welcome back to Bitcoin to 1 million, guys. This is the channel where I make daily Bitcoin videos, basically going over all sorts of things like treasury updates, price predictions, price movements, just all sorts of things with major economic news as well, like Fed rates or gold stuff and whatever. This is the place to be if you want to understand what is going on with Bitcoin every single day. If you're a Bitcoin believer, if you're a Bitcoin supporter, the best thing you could do is subscribe to the channel down below, guys. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this year, and my goal is to one day have one of the biggest Bitcoin channels out there. And yeah, any suggestions you guys have, please do let me know as well, because I'm always here to listen and I'm always here to make my videos better for you guys. Now, like I said, Bitcoin's at 94,000, I think 94.3. No, it looks like we dipped a bit, but yeah, we hit 94.3, 94.45, which is insane. And guys, things are getting interesting. So first off, guys, a lot of people are starting to get excited again. Now remember, it was literally just a couple days ago that we had this happen, and we just went all the way back down to about 90k, 89k, right? Whatever that was. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen again, but what I will say is this time it seems like there's a lot more volume. It seems like everyone is just looking back at crypto again. It's pretty cool. And I mean, it's trending everywhere, guys. 94,000 Bitcoin. A lot of people are hyped. And again, like I said, we broke above major resistance. So let's talk about the news in the world. First off, guys, some pretty fun news, I guess. A solo Bitcoin miner just mined a full block worth $295,000. Obviously, guys, mining Bitcoin is a hobby for some, a business for many, and it's something that can be very profitable. And this person literally ended up making $295,000 with a miner, so pretty cool for that. But let's talk about some worldwide news. First off, guys, Germany, their second largest bank, DZ Bank, which I'm getting is like Deutsches Bank or something like that, I don't know, just approved for Bitcoin and crypto trading. Global Bitcoin adoption is accelerating, and guys, I mean, I've said this multiple times, it's looking like eventually every country is going to allow their major banks to have Bitcoin trading. Every country is going to be buying Bitcoin. And guys, if you don't understand the name of the game we're playing right now, it's basic economic supply and demand. Guys, remember, there is only 21 million Bitcoin that is ever going to be out there, right? The circulating supply is about 19.97 Bitcoin, but realistically, guys, what people don't realize is millions of coins have been lost. So this number is closer to only about 17 million Bitcoin out there that is able for the average Joe or for anyone to go ahead and own. You can't print more. There is no manipulation. It's fully decentralized, and it's just the right currency to use. Now, let's take a look at Sweden, a beautiful country. I've had the pleasure to visit there last year. The largest Swedish stockbroker, Avanza Bank Holding AB, just disclosed they bought 2,000 Bitcoin treasury company strategy, Microsoft strategy shares for the first time. This sentence kind of just gave me chlamydia, but what they basically did is they bought $336,000 worth of strategy, which obviously, guys, strategy is one of the biggest, or sorry, the biggest Bitcoin treasury companies. Now, why didn't they just go ahead and buy Bitcoin? I mean, I see a lot of people kind of talking about this, right? Why do people just buy ETFs, or why do they just buy these, treasury companies instead of just buying Bitcoin themselves, right? And a couple things. First off, I mean, I know this is going to sound stupid, but a lot of people, they don't know how to just go ahead and buy Bitcoin, like actually self-custody Bitcoin. The second thing is, guys, sometimes, you have to realize, like, you have to convince some dickhead at the top of the food chain, right? Like some person at the board of directors, you got to say, hey, like, can we buy Bitcoin? They're like, no. And it's like, okay, can we buy this company that's publicly traded in the US stock market? And it's like, oh, yeah, sure. That sounds a lot more regulated. That sounds a lot more safe. And that's definitely something that happens as well. So these things right here, the reason I report stuff like this is because, guys, at the end of the day, this is kind of like a gateway drug, right? This is the start of eventually companies all across the world, instead of just buying strategy or whatever, they're going to go ahead and just buy Bitcoin themselves, right? Remember, a lot of people, when ETFs came out, they actually sold their Bitcoin and just decided to buy ETFs instead, because in their eyes, that just seemed like the easier and safe thing to do, which again, if you really understand Bitcoin, you know it's not always the case. Now, some more bullish news. Vivek Ramaswamy's $2 billion Strive just bought over 5,000 Bitcoin by buying a company. That's actually pretty interesting. They actually went and bought, I forgot what the company's called. Shit, I forgot. It's not off the top of my head. But they went and literally just bought another company, and now they own all their Bitcoin. And this is a mining company. This is pretty interesting because this now allows Saylor, MicroStrategy Saylor, to go ahead and just do more things like this. Where imagine Michael Saylor just goes and buys more of these little Bitcoin companies. and it looks like the company in question is Semler Scientific. So yeah, pretty freaking cool. Now they own a bunch more Bitcoin, which is obviously pretty freaking bullish. Now let's take a look to Italy. Again, I had the pleasure of going there a couple of years ago. Beautiful country. Italy's central bank just said Bitcoin is the most technically robust crypto in the world. Nation state game theory playing out. And again, guys, we keep hearing about all these countries, praising Bitcoin, talking about how it's so amazing and so lovely and all this stuff. And realistically, guys, like I said, it's only a matter of time before all of them start aggressively accumulating Bitcoin, and no one is going to be able to stop it, guys. The supply is not going to change. If anything, it might go down, and the demand is just going to skyrocket from here, guys. Remember, only about 18 million Bitcoin out there. How quickly can you accumulate just one? That is the game that we're all playing here, guys. But listen, guys, that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.